Dear learners, I welcome you all in this session. In today's session, we are going to cover the health insurance claim settlement procedure and what are the documents required. Dr. Sunil Kadyan, Associate Professor with the School of Management and Commerce, Manav Rachna University, Faridabad. I welcome you all in this session. So after watching this session, this video, you will be able to explain the claim settlement procedure in health insurance and discuss what are the various documents which are required in health insurance claim process. So before starting, what is the claim process? We will go through some of the terminologies which are very frequently used in health insurance industry. So the first thing is, what is network and non-network hospital? In common parlance, we also called it a panel hospital or non-panel hospital. So simply, the first thing is that those hospitals who are having a collaboration signed an MOU with the TPA, third party administrator, or a health insurance company, those hospitals are called network hospital. We call it panel hospital. If they have not signed any MOU, they are a full-fledged hospital giving treatment to the patients. In that case also, a insured patient can avail the healthcare services over there. But in this case, it will not be a cashless, it will be a reimbursement, right? So you can avail both the facility. If it is network, as per the terms and condition of the policy, you need not to pay there. It's a cashless one for network panel hospital, and for the non-network one, it is a reimbursement. You need to take the treatment, submit the money, the medical care expenses, and then collect all the documents, bills, and submit to your respective TPA or a health insurance company. And you get the reimbursement, you get the amount afterwards. So this is the difference between network and non-network hospital. Now I've seen some customer asking the health insurance company executives or agents that, do you provide the cashless facility? Now this I would like to tell each one of us that every health insurance policy being sold by the non-life or a general insurance company or a standalone health insurance company provide both cashless and reimbursement services. So it's not such that some of the company are only into reimbursement or only into cashless. So they can avail both the facilities in all the hospitals and all the insurance company policy, that is health insurance policy, you can avail it. So this is first thing, what is network and non-network hospital. Now the next thing comes that exactly what is a cashless facility and what is a reimbursement one. Now in this, what happened is that the customer think that if it is a cashless one, so all the medical care expenses are covered and they are covered from day one. Now again, this is a myth. Why so? Because it depends upon what kind of policy you have purchased. If you have purchased a policy wherein there is no limit, sub-limit to the room rent or ICU charges, in that case, as per the terms and conditions of the policy, if you are entitled to get the cashless, you will get the 100% cashless service. Otherwise, if there are some non-payable items, in that case, you need to pay that difference to the hospital and then only you get discharged, right? Even if it is a cashless, you need to pay the difference. So that's the thing when it comes to cashless reimbursement. If you ask me that which one is better one, right? Is it cashless or reimbursement? Preferably, you should go with the hospital which are panel one and have providing the cashless facility. Here it's a hassle-free process. Why so? Because in reimbursement, you need to collect all the bills, all the documents, all the test reports, prescription slips are there, medicine expenses slip are there, and then you have to fill in the claim form, maybe online, offline, you send to the TPA or health insurance company claims department, and it take time to settle, and sometime the 100% amount is not reimbursement to you. So that's very important that preferably go for the cashless facility in the network hospital. There's a good news for each one of us that due to the intervention of IRDAI, these days even if you go to a non-network hospital, you need to tell to the TPA or health insurance claims department timely. And even in the non-network hospital, you can avail the cashless facility. Now this is very good. A very good initiative taken by our regulator. So we should avail this type of facility being provided by a very dynamic and a good regulator. Now, in claim classification, we talked about cashless and reimbursement. If we go as per the statement, what does it mean? So, already we discussed about it. So, they say a panel or a network hospital provide the cashless services based on authorization sent by the insurance company or TPA, and later the claim are submitted for claim settlement. So, in fact, you go to a network hospital or panel hospital and you can avail cashless. In common layman language, we can understand that. And when it comes to reimbursement, in this type of claim, the insured will pay the claim amount from his pocket and then submit all the claim settlement documents along with the bills to TPA or a insurance company. The TPA or insurance company will reimburse the claim amount incurred during hospitalization after due verification in accordance with terms and conditions of the policy. This type of claim is settled when the policyholder avail the claim benefit at non-network panel hospital. So, reimbursement, it take some time. Sometimes it's sometimes the customer say that it's a lengthy process, time consuming process, tiring process. So, that's why we prefer the cashless claim settlement. Now, the another terms which come is a planned hospitalization and emergency hospitalization. There is a difference between both of them. So, when you are availing the cashless facility, now that can be availed in form of planned also, and it can be availed in form of emergency. Now we'll try to understand what exactly is a planned or a emergency hospitalization. As the name suggests, in planned hospitalization, the insured patient has ample time to plan his or her admission to the hospital. Now, in this type of admission, insured patient would first consult a doctor who in turn would advise him or her for the probable date of hospitalization. For example, if insured doctor advises surgery for hernia, after 1 week, insured has a time to plan for his her or her hospitalization. And in this case, the insured patient completes the formality 3 to 4 days before hospitalization. Now, we will try to explain with an example. Say, for example, there is a cataract operation which need to be done. Now, it's not a very emergency type of a case wherein there is a say sudden need of hospitalization or the surgery has to be done. So, what does it mean? The hospital as well as the patient, insured patient, has an ample time to plan their hospitalization. So, generally in these cases what happen is that the insured patient preferably go to a network hospital and there they talk to a doctor that I would like to avail the surgery plan, a planned hospitalization for my illness of cataract. Now, doctor will see to it and will say that okay, we can plan the surgery say after 5 days, maybe 7 days, and all the process of that cashless is routed through that hospital TPA department who take care of claim settlement and will send all the document to the TPA or a claims department of health insurance company. Now, health insurance company also have ample time to see all the terms condition. If they want to investigate, they want to have further questioning, they can do it. So, this is a very ideal type of situation, a hospitalization where there is a planned hospitalization. We do have some time to spare to avail that treatment. You believe me, I have seen that even if the patient is not hospitalized, say they are planning the surgery after 7 days after sending the document through hospital to TPA, I have seen that before they get hospitalized, all the cashless sanction by the health insurance company or TPA comes to the hospital, as well as customer is also intimated that your cashless treatment has been accepted by the TPA and you can plan your surgery and you need not to pay any amount to the hospital. So, this is a planned hospitalization, right. Then talking more about it, that select a nearby good hospital of your choice from the list of network hospital. Now, this is very important because you need to, when it is a planned hospitalization, you would also have a time where you would like to avail the treatment. At the same time, which hospital is a nearby hospital to you, who is a surgeon, a good surgeon, having a very good record of a successful surgery. Now, in that case, I have seen some customer, they are very confused that which hospital to go, which doctor is good, and how do I identify. I have seen that if you are going to some other places, right, and hospitalization is required, you say a person met with an accident and they want the hospitalization. So no need to panic, right? You did not to call your agent repeatedly that please tell me the hospital name. You yourself can help yourself. Say for example, you have a relative, you have a friend, you have a family member along with you touring to some other state of our country. Now what happened is that these days all the health insurance companies are having a mobile app with them. Now in mobile app you can download the policy, you can download any document that is claim form, you can file the claim also through that. Even you can select the nearby good hospital, even if you are at a place, isolated place, at a place which you are not familiar with, even they can route you through GPS to the nearest hospital, and which all hospitals are panel and they are maybe blacklisted, or if they you want to see good hospital but they are not non-network one. Now in that case also that app is going to help you out. You can go to the website of the TPA and there also you can find the hospital of your choice, a plan where you can avail the planned or emergency treatment, and at the same time they are the cashless one. So free authorization form is the important one which goes through hospital to the TPA or claims department. Fill in the required information related to your illness, provide the form at the insurance help desk. At the time of admission, the person at the insurance help desk will verify the information and will send to the TPA. They will send it through maybe fax. These days the portal are there. Directly you can put in all the documents of the health insurance company. Insurance company or TPA is going to check the details and either reject or approve the request, and this is how they initially cashless is being approved and they send the amount. If the request is approved, the hospitalization expenses are covered by the insurance company. Now you need not to be worried about it. Say for example, the estimate of your surgery is say 1 lakh rupees. The moment you send it, if it is under package, the whole package will get sanctioned and you need not to worry, the insurance company will take care of that package expenses. But if you are sending it for 1 lakh, so generally I have seen the TP or the health insurance company claims department send the initial cashless. That means they will release 20 or 25, maybe 30,000 in the beginning. So I have seen the insured patient and the relative getting worried that the hospital sent the 1 lakh estimate and they have only received 25-30,000. No need to worry, it's an initial cashless. Subsequently, when the final settlement of claim comes, it will be paid, right? So no need to panic as such. So it is very important that you should know what exactly it means. So through flow chart, I have tried to explain what is a planned hospitalization. So if planned hospitalization is required, you approach to the network hospital of your choice in advance, talk to the doctor, they will write the diagnosis, proposed treatment, surgery through what means, probable what are the expenses, is it daycare or you are required to be hospitalized for next 2-3 days, that all will be mentioned. So along with your documents, your ID proof, your pre-auth, it goes from network hospital to the TPA. TPA are going to see all the terms condition and is it claim payable. If it is payable, the initial cashless or if it is a package, the full claim settlement is being done even if you are not hospitalized in the hospital. So it's a good condition wherein you are totally assured that difference will not be paid by you or from your pocket. Then hospital is also happy that no deduction from the insurance company will come. They have already agreed that this claim is payable and the full amount will come. And even the insurance company, claims department or a TPA are also happy that in this case there will be a total cashless, that amount which we have raised we will get. Because they are the major stakeholder. This health insurance company, claims department or TPA, one. Second is customer, insured patient. And the third is, we can say, the hospital. Now sometimes there is a grievance on the part of these stakeholder. So when it is a planned one or a package one and when the sanction comes, it's a win-win situation to all the parties. Now what does emergency hospitalization means? It's just the opposite of planned one. Emergency, all of a sudden acute illness come, say a person, insured patient met with an accident, some injury take place, some critical illness and need the emergency hospitalization, urgency of say hospitalized and availing the treatment. So we call it emergency hospitalization. In this case also, the cashless mediclaim can be availed. Like in plan, we can avail cashless. Here also we can do it. Insured patients show TPA card at the hospital and fill in the pre-auth form. The insurance desk will fast forward the request to the cashless process. In emergency claim, the insured patient should inform his or TPA within 24 hours of hospitalization. That is also mandatory and important. It is mandatory that TPA to give approval or reject within the agreed time frame, that is 6 hours. So again, I would like to thank our dynamic and a very good regulator, wherein they have provided the TPA, a TPA or a health insurance industry, all the turnaround time we call TAT. This is very good for all the stakeholders, especially for the customer, because sometimes they keep on waiting for the approval to come. Sometimes final settlement is to be done. All documents went in the morning and they are till night. They are just waiting that the sanction will come, right? And sometimes hospital doesn't send the pre-authorization or the relevant document. Sometimes the query comes and the insured patient is not aware, hospital is not sending, so resulting into the total confusion from the insured patient point of view, and everything get delayed. Now that is not I can say ideal condition for the health insurance industry. So for that, so timely the hospital is required to send the TPA card or health insurance policy detail with one ID proof along with pre-authorization form. There is a time period for the same. Once it reaches to the health insurance company, claims department or TPA department, they need to give the verdict within 6 hours that they are admitting or rejecting, citing the reason for the same if it is a rejection, right? So in emergency hospitalization, the insured patient should inform his or TPA within 24 hours of admission. So within 24 hours, the intimation has to be sent from hospital. The information should go to the TPA or health insurance company claims department. When it goes to within 24 hours, the TPA need to send within next 6 hours that they are approving it or rejecting that claim. So intimation is a very, very important step when it comes to emergency hospitalization. Now, when we talk about emergency hospitalization or say planned one, in both the cases turnaround time is important. Now talking about the health insurance claim process, so we'll go one by one the steps involved or the process involved in health insurance claim process, right? So here also I would like to tell each one of you that like we do role play in school, college, even at home also, right? It's a very good learning process. Same I tell the customer also that don't wait the claim to come. You should do some role play before, or you should know where to report, how to report, what all documents are required, what is the claim process. If they want the say policy document or TPA card, ID proof, right? So from where you will get, sometimes we never ever look at our documents. We don't know where they are kept. So you can put it a soft copy maybe on mail, or I told you that already the portals are there, there are the mobile apps are there. Even through they have the process wherein they have the WhatsApp facility also, and the moment you write hi, they are going to send you 10 to 12 option what services you would like to avail. In one of them is you would like to download your policy. Just put that numerical value over there, maybe a serial number 6, so you will put in 6. You believe me that if you are sending that WhatsApp message through your registered mobile, which is registered with the health insurance company, you believe it within the fraction of second you will get your document, right? You can download it and can submit or use as you want. At the same time, you want that what's your claims status right now, that also you can do it, right? Through that app also, through you can call the TPA toll free number also, 24/7 it's active, so there also you can do it. You want to know that this hospital is a panel 1 or not, so you can go to their website or you can call the toll free number. So all things are intact. The only thing is that we need to be aware. So through this claim process, one by one things will get clearer. So claim process, the first thing is important is claim intimation. Now, claim intimation is very important. I told you there is a turnaround time in case of emergency hospitalization. Within 24 hours, you need to intimate to your claims department or TPA. And if it is a planned hospitalization, you can intimate them at least 2 days, or say you require after 7 days, even before 7 days of hospitalization also you can tell your insurance company that, see, I would like to avail this surgery, or this planned admission is there in that network hospital. I am going to plan that on such date the surgery will take place, or I will get admitted. And you believe me, you will get the cashless even before you are, say, admitted in that hospital. Now, traditionally it means a letter written, submitted and acknowledged. So when you intimate, you can intimate through mail, you can intimate through your app, you can intimate through phone, right? Or say you can write an application. So there are n number of means through which you can intimate. So you can intimate timely, that is important. And you will get acknowledged also that your claim intimation has reached to them. Even if you are in a non-network hospital, non-panel, there also it's important that you should intimate through your hospital directly. You can intimate that for this illness I am hospitalized in this hospital, maybe not network one. You can even avail the cashless in that hospital due to the new guidelines. So development in communication and technology, it is possible that 24 hours 7 call center, internet, email, fax, through insurance company, mobile app, you can intimate them. The only request is that intimate within this time frame. What will happen when you intimate? The registration of your claim take place. First, reference number or claim number is generated, right? So the claim number can be numerical, it can be alphanumerical. Generally I have seen it's a alphanumerical. Once the claim registered in a system, a reserve would be created for the same. It is useful for the tracking of claim, right? So the second step in layman language is you will get your claim number. Now that claim number is very important. The moment you get the claim number through SMS, WhatsApp, mobile app, what you need to do is that you should keep that claim number with you. So whenever you are going to contact the claims department, you need not to tell the whole story that this is what happened, I was hospitalized in that hospital on that day, that time, we send a document, and the only thing that you need to tell them the alphanumerical number, that is a claim number, and the whole story will come in front of their screen, the claims department and the TPA department, and this saves your time and their time also. So simply they can tell you the current status. So now we'll take a short break in between, we'll come back.
कभी आपने सोचा है कि आप वर्ष भर पढ़ाई करते हैं, कक्षा में होने वाले प्रत्येक मासिक या त्रैमासिक टेस्ट को सहजता से उत्तीर्ण भी कर लेते हैं, लेकिन ऐसा क्या होता है कि जब परीक्षाएं आती हैं तो हम कुछ परेशान से हो जाते हैं, कुछ घबराने सा लगते हैं। क्या परीक्षा के इस भय से हम स्वयं को मुक्त कर सकते हैं? क्या इसके लिए कोई विधि, कोई मार्गदर्शक है? जीवन अनंत संभावनाओं से भरा है, इसीलिए परीक्षाओं से घबराने की आवश्यकता बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। परीक्षा एक निरंतर चलने वाली प्रक्रिया है। इनके चलते आप अपने जीवन को क्षति न पहुंचाएं, धैर्य से काम लें। जब हम हंसते मुस्कुराते हैं तो अपने आप हम सहज और तनाव मुक्त हो जाते हैं। इसीलिए परीक्षा के समय हमेशा प्रसन्न चित्त रहिए, चिंता छोड़िए और चुनौतियों से लड़िए। समय सारणी बनाकर नियोजित रूप से परीक्षा की तैयारी करिए। समय का प्रबंधन और सदुपयोग करना सीखिए। तनाव मुक्त हो जब हम परीक्षा में स्वयं से ही अनुस्पर्धा करते हैं, तब हम निश्चित ही बेहतर कर पाते हैं। इसी बेहतर को करने में NIOS की परीक्षा प्रणाली शिक्षार्थी का सतत सहयोग करती है। समय प्रबंधन के लिए शिक्षार्थी पूर्ण रूप से स्वतंत्र रहता है। वर्ष में 2 बार होने वाली मुख्य परीक्षाएं इसमें बहुत सहयोग करती हैं। इसके अतिरिक्त कभी भी परीक्षा देने की सुविधा शिक्षार्थी को बारंबार उनके समयानुसार परीक्षा देने के अवसरों को बढ़ा देती है। परीक्षा की तैयारी पूरी होने पर ही NIOS का शिक्षार्थी परीक्षा देता है। अर्जित अंकों का ट्रांसफर ऑफ क्रेडिट, 5 वर्षों में 9 बार परीक्षा के अवसर, दिव्यांग शिक्षार्थियों को अतिरिक्त समय व सह लेखक की सुविधा, मूल्यांकन में गोपनीयता के लिए बारकोड व OMR का उपयोग, क्षेत्रीय भाषाओं में उत्तर लिखने की स्वतंत्रता देशव्यापी शिक्षार्थियों को NIOS द्वारा दी जा रही है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की अनुपम कृति एग्जाम वॉरियर्स निश्चित ही प्रेरणा बोध से भरी है। आप भय मुक्त होकर पढ़ाई करते रहें। लगातार अध्ययन से आप अवश्य अपने स्वर्णिम भविष्य का निर्माण कर पाएंगे।
I welcome you all after a short break. We are discussing the claim settlement process or steps involved in that. We started with the first process, that is, you should intimate timely to your TP or health insurance claims department. The second step was the claim number generation. So the moment you intimate, the claim number is generated, and you should save it with you, because whenever you are going to contact with the TP or a claims department, you need to tell only the claim number, and they are going to help you out in that. Third is pre-authorization of claim form. Once the insured patient report to the reception of the hospital, she need to show the TPA card along with one ID proof. So what they require, that you have a TPA card with you, that is third party administrator card, that you are insured, or you have a health insurance policy along with one ID proof. You need to submit to the TP help desk of the hospital. Now these two documents are very much required, so you should have them on mail or maybe through app you can download, and you should always have these documents with you. Need not to carry the hard copy of it if you have a soft copy. Along with the pre-authorization form will be sent by the hospital TPA for approval. So what is there in pre-authorization, that is important. So one is the provisional diagnosis, condition of patient at the time of arrival, proposed length of stay, and proposed expenses. So if someone asks you that what are the content, what are the entries which the pre-authorization form has and that hospital sent to the TPA. So first is provisional diagnosis, because the patient has just now came in the hospital, and in that case the exact diagnosis you cannot make within 24 hours. So subsequently you will do some medical tests, and the doctor will see that what is the exact diagnosis. So at the time of pre-authorization stage, the hospital need to send what is the provisional diagnosis for the same. At the same time, they will also write the doctor notes that what was the condition of the patient, sign and symptom when the patient came. At the same time, again the proposed length of stay, that how much time it will take, 3 days, 5 days in the hospital, and what is the proposed expenses for the same. So everything is proposed, because they don't know exactly that for how much long this patient will be admitted in the hospital, and what would be the exact expenses that will subsequently come when the patient is discharged, and same lies with the diagnosis also. Now what is important in it is that sometimes I am seeing that insured patient say that my claim is rejected, right? They started accusing the hospital and the health insurance company that it is because of them the claim rejection take place. But I would like to tell you that when you fill up the proposal form, a lot of questions are asked regarding your personal medical history and the past medical history. There's some time maybe you are not filling up, or even if you are filling up, you simply say that you are not having any medical condition. And if you are admitted in a network or a non-network hospital, there you tell the doctor about your past medical history or any surgery which has undergone, or currently you are on medication. Now that is a part of a pre-authorization form or some document evidence that goes to claims department. Within a click of button, they can have access to your proposal form and at the same time they can have access what you have sent through declaration. You sign also in that case. Now if there is a mismatch that you have told in the proposal stage that you are not suffering from anything, say 2 years back, and now you are saying that you are diabetic and taking a medicine since 15 years, now there is a we can say a breach of utmost good faith. Now that's not good, and in that case you yourself is providing a say information that it's a contradictory and your claim get rejected. So these are the one of the reason which can happen. So when you send the pre-authorization from the hospital to the claims department, now what will happen, they will see the terms and conditions, they will see that you are insured, you have paid the premium, and if it is payable they will send the authorization of claim to you. So authorization is just the response of your pre-authorization which you have sent. So the moment the pre-authorization form is received by the TPA, they will start the verification of claim, right? That's the one thing which they are going to do. They will see the policy running status, policy terms condition, proposal form match with the declaration by the patient in the pre-authorization form. After convinced, the TPA will release the initial cashless. So they are going to check everything, right? Your policy terms condition, your proposal form, what you have shown over there, and after thing, if it is everything is goes as per the terms and conditions of the policy and there is no problem as such, then the authorization of cashless or claim comes to the say hospital. Now this is authorization of claim, right? Then processing of claim take place. So there is a two big question in the mind of every customer. Is the claim payable? If yes, what is the net payable amount? So admissibility of the claim depend upon something. Say the member hospitalized must be covered, that is important. Admission of the patient within period of insurance. Sometimes I have seen the policy has expired and they want to avail the medical expenses, so that will not be allowed to do so. So they will say that the policy is running at the time of hospitalization. Hospital definition, domiciliary treatment, duration of hospital, daycare treatment, OPD, line of treatment, that also will be taken care of. That there should be a say if you are hospitalized for something and the treatment is for something else, that is not admissible, right? So exactly all the things should be correlated. Then the processing of claim, when it take place, the company is also going to see is there any pre-existing disease illness. It means that you declare your illness at the time of proposal, and as per the terms of condition, is it under pre-existing disease clause? It means that the next 2 to 4 years you are not covered with that illness. Any waiting period of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, maximum 4 years for any illness, and if the claim come out to be through that illness under waiting period, it will be denied. If it is permanent exclusion, again the claim would be denied. So all these things the insurance company claims department is going to see. Now they will arrive at the final claim payable. This is also important, that how much is your sum insured and how in that particular year, if previous hospitalization was there, how much sum insured is finished. Say for example, you have a 5 lakh sum insured policy. Already your family or member or you have taken a claim, say under family floater policy, it come out to be 3 lakh rupees. So only 2 lakhs is say I can say left out in that year before the policy expire or the renewal take place. So you are entitled to that only. So that will be taken care of, that how much sum insured is left as on date when the claim comes. Balance sum insured under the policy for the member after taking into account any claim already made. They will also see is there any limit or sublimit or capping. I've seen some policies where there is a capping of 1% of sum insured in room rent, and when it is 1%, it's a general notion that for ICU 2% of sum insured in ICU you are entitled to get. Now if you have a sum insured of say for example 3 lakh only, so 1% of room rent mean what? 3,000 you are entitled to. I have seen some big hospital where in 3,000 you will not get even a general ward. Now you are not aware about it. You go to a hospital, you say that I give me the best of the best single private AC room, and when the approval comes, you come to that you are entitled to get 3,000 only, and that room where you are availing the treatment costs 8,000. So difference every day you are going to pay from your pocket. So we should know that there is a sublimit or capping in your policy. So if the capping or sublimit is there in the policy, that would be deducted. Any other expenses under limitation. I have seen some non-consumable items which are part to the bill, final bill which the hospital sent. Now if it is a non-consumable item, or rather I should say that is not paid under your health insurance policy, that amount you need to pay, right? any co-payment. If you have co-payment of say 20% under your terms and condition, what does it mean? Whenever the claim will come, 20% you have to pay from your pocket as an insured patient, and the rest the company would pay. And it is only applied at the last when the claim has to be paid. So again, this will restrict to your claim amount. So there is an order of final claim payable, that is list all the bills and receipt under the various head like room rent, ICU charges. Deduct the non-payable item from the amount under each head. How you are going to deduct? Say if there is a limit or sub-limit to your room rent or ICU charges. So per day it will get deducted. Apply any limit applicable for each expenses. Arrive at the total amount payable. Check if it is within sum insured overall. So amount comes that this need to be paid. Now you have to see that how much sum insured is left out for that policy duration. If it is okay, you will pay, otherwise again the deduction will take place. And at last I told you that co-payment is going to be applied if it is under your terms and conditions of the policy. If it is 20%, 20% will be straight away deducted that you need to pay. This co-payment, sometimes it's voluntary also, and sometimes you take it just for the sake of having the less premium, but it costs to your pocket when the final settlement comes. Then verification of document also take place. Capturing the billing information. The standard practice is to classify the treatment into room and nursing charges, charges for ICU, if there is a surgery, operation theatre charges, anesthesia charges are there, blood, oxygen, surgical appliances, medicine, any more diagnostic tests like X-ray, dialysis, ultrasound. So whatever tests are conducted, that are also part of your bill. Surgeon fees, anesthesia fees is there, medical practitioner, consultant, specialist if they are coming, say morning and evening, so their bills will also get added to your the final bill. Ambulance charges, if it is availed, that is also part of the claim amount. Investigation charges, any CT scan or any blood tests which are conducted, medicine, drugs. So all these expenses which are incurred while hospitalization, that became a part of your final billing. Now that billing, exhaustive one, need to be shared by the hospital to the TPA, and after that only, after all this bill verification, the amount, final amount is going to be released by the TPA department. So if there are package, I told you about some packages, if any, which are there. So what does that package means? In this package, say for example, for this treatment, the full treatment, 1 lakh is agreed amount between the TPA and the hospital. So it is inclusive of all the room charges, operation theatre charges, investigation based on standard protocol, medicine during the inpatient, and surgeon and other doctor fees. So all these expenses are covered under that one pricing, that is, we call it a package. So you need not to worry. So this is again a win-win situation for the TPA claims department or hospital and the customer, because all know that this is a agreed amount and this is only to be given. Sometimes the hospital, these TPA simply say that unnecessary the patient is there in the hospital. Now in this case, they simply say that for this treatment, if you go for a surgery, this is the amount which we are going to give. It's your wish, you would like to have that patient in your hospital for 3 or 5 days, it's up to you. So they know about how much time a patient can avail to get it treated. So all this are inclusive of this package. Our regulator IRDAI issued a health insurance standardized guidelines including component of standard bill and list of non-payable items. Now previously what was happening is that different hospital and different TPA have the different type of billing format. Now there was a lot of confusion because a single good hospital is having a MOU signed with almost all the TPA or health insurance company. So they were not having such a staff which keep on changing the billing standard. So IRDAI decided, why not we have a uniform kind of a standard billing structure, and the company should come up with a declaration that these are the non-payable items which we are not going to pay, and please share it with the customer also. Now in that case, it's a transparency. Customer also know that these are the things which will not be payable, and hospital were also happy that the standardized bill, there is a format which they need to adhere, and what are the non-payable items. So they were also aware about it, because sometimes patients say that the hospital have made some bills unnecessary which the company is not paying. Now in this claim process, the payment of claim take place. Now in this payment of claim, once it is approved, payment is done to the hospital or customer. The approved claim amount is advised to finance or accounts function, and the payment may be made either by check or NEFT, transferring the claim amount to the customer. When the payment is handled by the TPA, the payment process may vary from insurance company to insurance company. Once payment is made, the claim is treated as settled. So management of deficiency of document or additional document required is done. So scrutiny of list of key document is being done. Discharge summary, this is important document with admission notes, supporting investigation report which is required, final consolidated bill with breakup, prescription and pharmacy bills, payment receipts, claim form, customer identification. Now these are the important documents. Why so? Because under the cashless category, you need not to worry as a patient. Everything is being processed by the network hospital to the health insurance company. If the cashless comes, you are happy, get treated and go to home. But when it comes to reimbursement, in that case, you need to arrange all these documents through hospital. In many of the cases, sometimes customers say that the hospital is not cooperative at all. They are not providing the required documents. Many times you have to visit the hospital to get those documents because you are not aware what kind of documents you require. So in claim form, there is a checklist. So you can see that what all documents are required in that. Now when we talk about more about the documents, what are the requirements? So we should aware about those documents. So those documents are like discharge summary, again very important. Whether you avail through health insurance policy or excluding your health insurance policy, discharge summary is always given by the hospital to the insured patient, right? Or I can say a patient. Investigation report, whatever investigation report have been undergone while hospitalization, that is also being given to the patient. Bills, consolidated as well as detailed bill, that is also being shared. Then receipt, claim form, identity proof and document contingent to specific claim. So all these things are being shared to the customer. And I have seen the customer, or rather I should say patients, maintaining a file even if they don't have any health insurance policy. And it's a good habit wherein you put all the documents, reports, bills in a standard file. So whenever you go next time to a doctor or you're going to some higher, say, health establishment, a hospital, in that case you can simply tell them what the case is all about. So documentation in health insurance claim IRDA guidelines is there that discharge summary need to be submitted, that should be original. So what's there in the discharge summary? Your name, your gender, age, description of patient, date and time of the admission and discharge is also mentioned in your discharge summary. Description of patient when they came for the admission, what kind of proposed line of treatment, was it surgical, was it a medical management, what is the blood pressure, pulse, etc. at the time of admission, what is the history of that illness, sign and symptoms, what are the investigation done already, say the patient was when they were admitted, consultant treating, what was the condition at the time of discharge, and description about the line of treatment and medicine used while hospitalization, investigation to measure progress post surgery. So even if you get discharged, there are some tests which need to be conducted. Your medicine will also be there, which your doctor may change after you get discharged. So whatever medicine they are prescribing after discharge, that is also being mentioned on the this discharge summary. Advice on discharge like medicine, procedure and follow-up visit is also being mentioned on that. Now when it comes to investigation report, this is also important document which need to be shared with the TP department when it is a reimbursement case. It consists of blood test report, X-ray report, scan report. If biopsy is required, biopsy report is also there. Typically, original reports are submitted. The insurance company may return the X-ray or other films to the customer on specific request. So you need not to worry that this X-ray film and everything has gone to the say TP or claims department and we need it as per record. So after some days they are going to return all the films and an X-ray to you. Need not to worry, right? So because all investigation report have got name, age, gender, date of test, everything is mentioned on that. So apart from your test, if it is required, you need to submit to the claims department. So usual practice for consultant detail bill is there, right? So room rent, ICU charges, consultant charges, diagnostic test, medicine ordered when you were admitted, dialysis procedure if it is done, any other charges like admission, registration, documents. So all detailed bill is there. Sometimes it goes into 8 to 10 pages also. So that is also required, so that they can have a look to it. So again, the IRDAI has given the standardized guidelines for the same, for the consolidated and detailed bill also. Now that's a very good or noble initiative which they have taken, because here also sometimes the controversy was there when it comes to bill. Another the relevant document is claim form. That is also a very relevant when it comes to health insurance industry, and even with other insurance industry or classification also. So formal or legal request for processing claims signed by the customer is submitted in original. It consists of details of proposer, patient, proposer number under which the claim is made, what is the reason for claim, period of hospitalization, amount of expenses, checklist of document, declaration from the insured. All these things are part of claim form. Again, I would like to thank the regulator IRDAI. They again have prescribed the standardized claim form, so there is no ambiguity, because every health insurance company or a TP were having a different kind of a format. So that is also being done. Again, when it comes to ID proof, which I told you that in the beginning and sometime at the time of final settlement, that there should be a ID proof which will be checked. So general proof of identity is required, right? So usual documents are voter ID, driving license, Aadhaar card, passport, PAN card. So they are all the authentic government ID proof which is required in that, right? So it has resulted in a significant reduction in impersonation cases in cashless hospitalization. So for specific claim, some more documents like in accident claim, FIR copy is being filed, so that copy is required, medical legal certificate is required. So if it is under the influence of alcohol, so that type of statement they are going to see which the hospital said that at the time of accident the insured patient was under the influence of alcohol. So straight away the claim would be rejected for the same. ICP papers they may ask, so whatever treatment is being done, doctor put up their notes whenever they come to see the patient, so they also may require this ICP papers. So the PDF of that, scanned copy of that goes to the claims department. Dialysis, chemotherapy, physiotherapy charts wherever applicable need to be provided. Hospital registration certificate to check the authenticity of that hospital. KYC document is required whenever the claim amount exceed 1 lakh rupees. So that need to be shared with the say from the hospital. It should be shared to the claims department by showing those ID. So today what we have done is that we have discussed about what is the claim settlement procedure, documents required. At the same time we have also discussed all the things in that particular, especially the documentation which are required. So I hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for watching this.